Now, the information that comes from the Will Smith and the Jada Smith, the Smith family drama has been intense. But it's kind of giving me the energy of we're promoting a book and it doesn't matter. Clout by all means necessary. Because there is no way, absolutely no way, these guys are just okay throwing each other under the bus like this. Well, more, Jada there's no way she's okay throwing him under the bus like that, and he's just taking it down like a lapdog, because it doesn't make sense how insane the things are. And we actually saw earlier on in the week when Jada was speaking about their separation of 7 years since 2016, and her talking about her almost romance with Tupac and almost proposal with Tupac or to Tupac back in the early 90s, and all of this being said against her husband. She actually did go so far as to say she couldn't believe when Will Smith called her his wife on live TV during the award ceremony, and he's looking at Will Smith like, "Are you joking? Is this a skit? Is this a comedic skit that you guys are pulling right now?" She was also so very quick to explain that the reason why she thought it was a skit is because Chris had actually hit on her a couple of years before when there was the whole entanglement issue, and he thought that they were broken up, and so he shot his shot, and Jada was just like, "No, we're not, we're together still." And it became a thing of, I think she was thinking that Will Smith is mad at Chris, and therefore he went and tried to sucker punch him as a comical way of letting go of this tiff. Like, there was so much information coming at us, like 50 different ways, and we didn't know how to deal with it, whether we cared that much about it, and how invested we wanted to be in it all, because in the back of our mind, all of us are thinking, this baby's just trying to sell a book. And Will Smith had not responded for quite a while. In fact, he hadn't responded up until I think yesterday, because the day before yesterday, he did put up a post on Instagram where he said, "What I think is," and then had an attempted sneeze, and then it was a whole CGI thing that happened. Nothing was explained. But when Jada Pinkett Smith was trying to promote her book, where she was conducting a lecture at the when participating on the Brown Lecture Series at Enoch Pratt Library in Baltimore on Wednesday, she actually did have Will Smith come up to the stage, and in such loving an embrace, like his hand in her waist, yani imeingia hivi kwa waist, amemshikilia kwenye kiuno. He continued to explain a few things, including the fact that apparently he had to come on stage and show support for her. He continued to say that you know, Jada is his best friend, and it doesn't matter what, he's going to be with her forever. And he continued to say that people need to love their partners in the good and in the bad. And it was just one of those things where you're just like, child, what you talk about? Are you blind to what is going on with your life? Because we're all looking at you like, this is your best friend. If your best friend is this one, what do your enemies look like? Because, wow, what kind of best friend is that? Like, throwing him under the bus and then kicking him under that bus and then asking the bus driver to go back one time, you know? It was really, really intense, the whole story. Anyway, he actually did say this, and I quote, "Can you love someone forever no matter what? Can you show up for the love? Can you show up and love somebody for the rest of your life, even when they disagree with, even when you don't agree with them? There ain't nobody on this earth except my mama that has shown up for me more than Jada. Jada is my best friend. I have the best friend, my best friend I've ever had on this planet, and I am going to show up and support her for the rest of my life." And we're just like, child, one thing, two things. One thing, you either really, really like being treated like garbage, or two, this is just PR for the two of them to promote this book. Those are the only two explanations that I have, because ain't no way. What do you think?
I think toxic couples work just the way they do, because we always have an opinion
but these people still stay together. Yes, they've been separated for a few years, but did we know? No, we only speculated it was an open marriage because they are always everywhere together. Again, Will Smith is a grown adult who can make his own decisions. Jada is also a grown adult who can make a decision. So if they really, really wanted to break up, they would have broken up ages ago. And I think, I'm just speculating, one of the reasons why they haven't actually broken up is because they don't have a prenup in their marriage. And there's a time Jada was doing an interview and she talked about how she was telling Will Smith how it's cheaper just to keep her. So I think they haven't broken up because there's no prenup, and if they do get divorced, she will clean him up good. And she won't have any remorse because, after all, the love of her life is Tupac. Whether he's dead or alive, this girl will clean this man's house out. So if they're staying because of finances and investments, I kind of understand. But still, oh, it's so exhausting. You know,
really is.
every day you get on the internet, it's the same story. Ni.